Hello, everybody. Welcome to Kind of Wokish, the podcast where we are woke, only kind of. And I'm Victoria for me.
I'm Kiana.
Shy. Now that we all know each other.
Oh,
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah, no, might cut out. So I was like, is she gonna say her name again? Or
Oh, I'm Shy.
that's Shy. Now that we're all
Yes.
well acquainted, good to see you. Nice to meet you. How you doing? Um,
You're a liar.
hug your neighbor, high five a friend, call your mom. So
Look at your neighbor saying.
we, as of right now, number one, last week's episode has not yet been uploaded because my editing software decided to be a little biznitch and make it difficult for me. So I'm still actively editing it, and I can only do it for like 5 minutes at a time because my computer's broken. So that'll go up when I say so. Uh, or rather, it'll go up when my computer says so. So, but this episode, although we had a good time laughing about some of the contents that will be involved in this episode's rather serious, and it has a lot of triggers in regard to sexual assault and pedophilia and minors and stuff like that. So if you don't like that, might not be the podcast for you. Today, we are discussing One Nation, the controversy surrounding this trash rap
This
group.
this bum ass
Can you say that
brown
one more
crap.
time?
Who?
You.
Oh,
Is this
this
again?
the trash rap
Yes.
group.
Thank you for clarifying.
Um,
Are they bad?
you know what? Bad on both the social and the musical spectrums. They are just garbage.
Off.
Garbage juice.
Garbage juice. Like they're oh my god. Like they're dumpster diver trash. Like it's bad. So
There's SpongeBob taking a shit at
yeah.
night.
Yeah, no, they're just trash, trash, trash. Now before we get into their music, because I pre-roasted them and I'm gonna do it again because I feel like it.
Hey,
Um, let's get into what they actually where this controversy is coming from. Um, now as of right now, the information that we have is that this group of men, it apparently there's only three of them. They have they have allegedly, we're saying allegedly, it's in quotation marks. They have allegedly sexually assaulted two minors. They have a group chat set up. I don't know where this chat is set up, full of specifically Black minor females, in which they speak more than suggestively to them and request pictures and are very abusive in their terms when they deny these pictures, when they deny these sexual acts. Uh, the racism, and referring to people as monkeys and gorillas and this and that and the third,
Not sending them pictures, right? Because
for
when
not.
when the children, the children will just want to talk to their favorite rappers, and they'll be sending memes, and then all of a sudden these guys will be like, "I'm horny now,"
yeah,
and
my
then
dick
if
is.
you
Right.
don't give them what they want, then they'll ignore you, or they'll tell you that you're not as pretty as the other ones and that you need to change
Wow.
yourself,
Right, that you
whatnot.
should be lighter or.
Yeah.
Now I have seen shots of a couple things in the group chat. Now how real they are, I'm not ever gonna say someone else's story is fake, but I always have legend just in case something comes out and they're like, "Oh, slander," you know. Um, there's this example of the chat where they're like sending me, he's like, "Haha, my dick is," and there's a bunch of screenshots of DMs floating around that's like for this very thing. So I don't know how real the DMs are. I just want to put it out there that they do exist.
And now, if I can find pictures of the DMs, I will put them in if I can find them. Um, but all right, all right. How at first I was trying to figure out earlier before we talk just decided what we were going to talk about. I was going to say how do we approach this, but I know how we're going to approach this. Let's talk specifically about how they're treating these girls.
Right.
Now, we are Black females, relatively young Black females at that, of three very different shapes and sizes and shades. Um, they're treating these girls in a way that anybody with common sense can see is disgusting and abusive. But do you, why do you think, number one, why do you think they're heading towards these children? I don't care if there's a teen behind your name, behind your age. I don't care if you're 18. I don't care if you're 16. You a baby. You are a child. I am a
Oh,
baby. All right. You are a child. Um, why do you think they're heading towards these Black children? And why do you think they are choosing to treat them this way?
Keanu, you want to go first?
Um, as far as why they're choosing to treat them this way, I'd have to say just because it's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because these it's easy on both accounts where they're Black women, so there's not going to be people looking out for them like that, and that
Right.
goes into the whole deal of uh like they want because these guys are very specific in the fact that they love, quote unquote, love Black women. They think Black women are the best, and whatever. They don't hear that uh as Black children. They don't hear that, so they automatically gravitate towards uh that type of that type of sentiment, which is one aspect. And then of course on the aspect of them being literal children, it's super easy to manipulate children, especially
Yeah.
This is true.
as one, an adult, but two, an adult that has at least some pretend fame, because they really I don't know what I mean.
We could get into this fame in
I mean,
quotations in a
but
second.
they have some sort of fame in the fact that they're on YouTube and they have some sort of fandom, right? So it's just kind of a double whammy where Black girls aren't being protected by their own family or by their own community, and they'll fall for anybody that's just gonna be like, oh yeah, I love Black girls, I want them, and they want to feel wanted, so they'll just fall for that. It's disgusting because it's clear that it's just one fetishization, but it's also just a manipulative tactic to try and get underage, allegedly underage nudes, or sexual things that they should not even be worried about, allegedly. But um yeah, that's basically just what I feel it is. Shy.
I agree.
You kind of just said it all. I was really thinking the same thing because, like, growing up, I have to put a whole example in there as I do. Growing up, it was like there wasn't anybody that liked Black girls, and even up to Black men. If somebody came to school and they were cute, typically of a different complexion than me, it was always like, oh, they're not gonna like me because I'm Black. They're probably not gonna like Black girls. And then when somebody's like they like Black girls, suddenly they're like the moon and the stars. And you're like, oh my god, somebody likes me. I'm gonna like put all my energy into this person to make them love me, and it's very not okay, especially in
Right.
the time that we live in. I really feel like they played on that because when you are like 13, 14, not only, especially a Black girl, not only do people make out like they don't like you or there's something wrong with you being Black, especially like dark skin Black, but the ones that do like you usually, or do like black girls usually, want the light. So giving like, oh, I like all black girls, and there's girls in this group chat of all different complexions, it makes you feel like, oh, I have a chance. They like me, so I'm gonna do everything I can to make them, like me more. Oh, they want pictures of me because they think I'm attractive. Let me send these pictures, because if I don't, they'll lose interest and then they won't like me anymore. And it's that kind of
Right.
mentality that keeps them around and keeps them, you know, stuck. And like you said, it's really easy to manipulate children, especially like I think the youngest person in the chat was 13,
Hmm.
and they were aware that this baby, this child, this young innocent child was 13 years old. And how are these men, like 23 to 29 or something like
One of
that?
them is near 30. I know that.
Like one of them is damn near 30, and is like, what do you want from this child? What can she provide you? What can she
What can you
offer you?
talk about with her other than sex? Like, that's it. There's nothing that you as a 30-year-old can ever get from a 13-year-old.
Right.
Nothing.
It's like, oh my God, my job is so hard. Yeah, I know. 'Cause, like, Miss Anderson's a bitch. Like, what are you going to talk to her about?
Right.
Miss
Right,
Anderson's a
exactly.
bitch. I
Right.
failed
My
my math EOG.
EOG, dear God, that gave me flashbacks. It's like, oh my God, math one is so hard. He's like,
There's
yeah, so am
absolutely
I.
nothing. There's nothing else that a child can offer you
Not a damn thing.
that
So it's
you
like,
should be
what do you
wanting.
exactly?
And then considering the type of things that they like to rap or tend to rap about, what there's literally nothing else on their mind.
Exactly. Like, what is that song? Compliments?
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
like,
we
oh,
go,
she
wait a
goes,
minute. Wait, before we even talk about it, we have, no, we have to get through this because I'm gonna get mad again because
the
the
garbage,
trash,
the sheer
Go
disrespect to
Bulls.
my ears, the garbaggio bean, the
the
shit,
garbaggio beans, Henny.
Oh my gosh.
penny. But yeah, this like their songs emulate this, and in their songs they're aggressively disrespectful to women. Like, it's very common in rap and hip hop music and R&B music where they tend to refer to women as bitches and hoes, and, oh, I'm gonna bring my bitch, I'm gonna bring my hoe, and that's like a already not a good thing in the rap community as it is. And some aren't like that, but even the good rappers tend to sway that way. Like, I remember there's an Usher song, and he's R&B, and he was like, her body rocking, her booty popping, I'm glad to call you my bitch. And I'm like, I hate this song now. Like, immediately despise the song.
Hmm.
So it's like this mentality. Maybe that's why these young girls are like, oh, they're just good because they rap like my favorite rapper. Oh my God, he sounds like J. Cole, even though J. Cole. Oh my
First of
God, he
all,
raps like
first
so and
of all, do not rub dirt on J. Cole's name. I
right.
need you
Let me
to
who
take that back.
I take it back. Who would he sound like? The
Hey,
mumble rappers? I think it's like Blueface. Is he Blueface, the one that you can't understand a damn word he's saying and he raps off beat? No tea, no
Is that
shade,
Blueface?
but like one of them individuals rap off beat and
On purpose.
on purpose, and like mixed with Ray Shamerd and what's his name? What is his name? The one that just got out of jail and that wore a wig that one time that was lace front.
6ix9ine?
6ix9ine. Yep, that's what they sound like. But also, if they were all 15 years
yeah.
old. So I guess
Yeah.
because they sound like 15-year-old SoundCloud rappers as well, that might be like, oh my God, he sounds like Jimmy from my class.
Ew. I hope not.
Poor Jimmy. But maybe that's that inclination that there's somebody that likes me. Their music sounds like the music I hear when I listen to SoundCloud circa 2013. So I'm gonna listen to them, and they're saying some cool stuff. So I like.
Well, I don't think that. Well, technically, we didn't actually answer the question. We answered the reverse version of the question.
Oh, what was the
What
question?
was the question?
The question is why do you, hey yo, are they doing fireworks right now?
I told you.
Nick, it's about almost 11 at night.
I told you.
Right,
I
it's
said
not even the
9:30.
4th. It would be the 3rd. Do y'all not know how to count?
What the hell? Okay. Anyway, sorry. The question was, why do you think these three stooges, number one, why do you think they target children? And number two, why do you think they, which you did partially answer, like why do you think they treat them this way? But you more or less just said why the girls allow them to treat them that way.
Oh, that's
Oh,
true.
like I said, maybe it's like a try to steal black culture thing because you know how you
Oh
doing.
no, I don't think that's. I think that's still the answer of why they treat them that way because it's easy,
Yeah, it's easy, and I
easy to
don't want
do
to say
it,
all
It is
and
easy.
black women wrong or
I mean,
treat women wrong, but it's a
you
very
can get
common
them
trope in rap.
right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over.
Easy for them, and I mean nobody's protecting them, so it's easy prey.
Like maybe nobody taught them that. Yeah, you need to be treated better. I'm not saying all parents don't do that because my mom, she definitely taught me to be able to take care of myself. Like, yes, find a man that'll take care of you, but be able to take care of yourself at the end of the day because not everybody's reliable, and that's not just men; it's just people in general. So like, maybe nobody taught them that, and apparently
Is that
I'm
the
fireworks.
fireworks?
Yes, and it feels.
Oh
I'm actually very uncomfortable because they feel close as hell to my room.
yeah,
My room, like my window was shaking. So
Oh, God, are they right outside your door?
like it seems like they're like in the middle of the street or something. Like they're dangerously close to my house.
yeah.
So this is not a joke, but it's also a joke. But you might need to keep a fire extinguisher on deck.
It's downstairs. So worst comes to worst, I'm just going in the bathroom. So if you
I
just
mean, I
hear a
think
sudden like fuck nah, and then all of a sudden I'm an echo, it's because I'm in the bathroom.
I would assume you would leave the house, but I guess bathroom is
I mean,
one
yeah,
option.
if the house catches on fire because they're right next to my fucking house, which we
Right
shouldn't because
close.
our house is vinyl, so we should be fine. But
I mean,
that
doesn't
shit,
vinyl still?
yeah, yeah. I just hope my house doesn't catch on fire. All right, I'm not trying to go through that right now.
I send you my thoughts and prayers.
I appreciate them. Um, back on topic. While there's not fucking firework shots out. Okay, okay.
Okay.
Could you go outside and be like, "Hey, yo, shut the fuck up! I'm recording."
Yes, and then they shoot a firework at me.
At you, they stare at you, and they're like, "Shh, boo."
And that was
Yeah,
the end of Victoria. That was the end of Kind of Wookish. I
that's
said it.
Right.
that's how the podcast ended, and Victoria was
Um,
never seen again.
Victoria was never seen again. It's believed there's a firework somewhere in her chest. Uh,
Right. If you hear
so
fireworks at night, you can still hear her scream.
sorry.
Hey, shut the fuck up! That's the scream
I'm
you hear
laughing
when
because in
fireworks
my
go off.
head I hear this scream. Like, I don't know if y'all seen the Oklahoma with Hugh Jackman in it, but there's a scream where he's like, "Come on, Aunt May, let's dance," and she's just like, "Ah!" She's like, "Ah!" Like that was her scream of terror. Ah! God damn! What are y'all even celebrating?
Nothing.
All right,
Cause
let's
y'all live in an
get
all
back on
black
topic.
neighborhood. What is happening?
I'm gonna just try my hardest to focus and just I preemptively not preemptively I apologize to anybody listening. You're going to hear fireworks in the background, and there's nothing I can do about it because I'm not about to go outside and cause a problem for these people
I would do
who
it.
are causing problems to me.
I would
Uh,
do it. I would go outside and be like, "Hey, yo, shut your bitch ass up," and then get jumped. It's fine.
and then you would get jumped. You've heard the fights outside of my window. I
I
don't think
have, and it's a little scary. But I also grew up in the same neighborhood as you, so I'm literally not scared of a single soul in that neighborhood for
that was the
whatever reason.
scariest thing. This is a side note for the podcast people. I might cut it out, But in my neighborhood, I have kids that live like pretty. I'm surrounded by children, by minors on all sides. But one night they were outside fighting, and he was like, "I ain't say nothing about you. I ain't say nothing about you." And he was like, "Yes, you did. Yes, you did." And they was going back and forth. I look out the window. There was like 15 kids outside, like again
Don't
with the
you
fireworks. There
love
was like,
middle school fights for no damn reason?
and it was like 11:30 at night. Like it was late. And literally like he's like, "No, just leave. You need to leave. You acting out. You need to leave." And he's like, "No, because I ain't even." And they go back and forth and they're getting real close to each other. I was on the phone with Shalisha at the time. I got scared.
I
Then
recall.
somebody, I don't know who had a car, because I know how old these kids are. None of these kids should have a car. Somebody had a car, and whoever it was, they burned rubber and they left. And I was like, they gonna come back with a gun. Like something bad's gonna happen. I
Right,
don't think
y'all.
anyone did. Thank God nobody came back with a gun. It wasn't that violent. But the kids out here is crazy. So I'm not going out there to be like, please stop shooting your fireworks, hoodlums. I would like to I would like to record because they're
Hoodlum.
going to jump me. And I know no matter how fat I am, no how tall I am, no matter how scary looking I am, or I scary I look, they gonna jump me. There's too many of them. I will die. The end. Thank you for listening to that.
Thank you for kind of words. This has been a short episode.
Right. The neighbors knock on my door, so we heard you was
Do do
talking
do.
shit.
Right, we
Actually,
heard you was talking. I ain't say nothing about you. Guess you did. That's what happens. You hear that in the background, and then you hear a
that's
firework go off. Ah!
that's too damn bad. Keep doing
Keep
it.
digging.
Oh God.
The ducks
Become
may
But
like that.
swim on the lake,
all
but
right.
my daddy owns the
Here we
lake.
go.
But so let's get back on topic.
I
So
gotta say this
once
one
again,
last
I
thing, and we can.
apologize for the huh?
I gotta say this one last thing, one last quote, and I'm done. D.I. What's that spell? Dig. That's my favorite part of the movie. I'm sorry. When he beats him in the head with the shovel. Spoiler
Fucking
alert.
me.
Spoiler. Really?
to, to holes.
Really?
To holes this old ass movie where everybody in this movie is a grown ass man. D.I.G. What's that spell? Pow! Dig. That was my favorite thing.
I believe you. All right,
You
let's get
should.
back on topic. So basically, y'all answered the question pretty much. I don't know if we came to a conclusive, definitive thing by the end of that. I'll just say I agree. uh, but in reality, here I don't know really how to reapproach this with a serious mindset because of everything that just happened. But I agree. I genuinely think though that, like Alicia said, I think that the reason they approach Black women the way that they do in regards to their music and in their actions, because they're not women, they're girls. We'll get there in a second. Um, I do think that rap music, as used per reference, I do think it has a lot to do with that because women aren't treated the way that they should be in when it comes to rap music. We're in reality, women are just objects in most cases. Oh, she's my bitch. I bring my bitch. I bring my hoe. I bring my
Okay.
other gardening tools,
I
and
came
then
here for
we have a
cookies and
party.
bitches and the drinks.
Yeah, I came here for the bitches and the drinks, and that's pretty much it. And the fact that bitches and drinks are two things that it's almost like they're amenities at the party. They are things that you're guaranteed.
Exactly. That's your guaranteed. Like, ayo, come to the club. We got bitches.
And
Like,
you
that's
might
all,
not like
boy.
the bitches you get, but hey, it's the best Western. What do you get? What do you think you're gonna get?
And
So,
like the best Western. Sorry, I wasn't
so,
expecting that.
but then you have so that's one side of it. Um, but I also think, yeah, I think that that's one part, but I also just think it's a superiority thing. I don't know why, and I've experienced this with language partners and things like that. I don't think it's all Korean men. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that because of the way that Black people are portrayed in the media, which is why we have the problems we have in America, but the way that Black people are
Yes,
portrayed in the
subtle.
media in regard to being thugs, in regard to women being promiscuous, in regard to really any of that, there is that stereotype of, oh, you want to be treated badly because that's what you're used to. Not as in rap music where you're an object, but in a social stance where you're just used to be being treated badly. So that's what I'm going to do. Now,
Right.
why they are going after girls and not women is because a woman would know. A woman
A
would
woman
know.
will walk away because
Right. Like,
because
hey,
I've
yo,
heard that they actually will be on the streets and they will, try and get women to talk to them or whatever, and it doesn't work out because women gonna take one look at you and be like, I like,
Also, a woman,
right, nigga.
okay, specifically, which we talked about this before. I love being black. I love being a black woman. I love every part of my thick chocolatey self. However,
Yes.
um, women, grown women, specifically the grown black ones, we've seen some shit. We know some shit. We can look at you and tell that you ain't shit because we've been through shit. So
wrong.
he homies, these disgusting humans here approaching these little girls, they don't approach them. I feel like partially, yeah, it's because they want to, but I also think they approach them because they know if they went after what they actually felt that they genuinely wanted, which is probably a woman, which is still gross, still fetishizing black women,
As
still gross.
hell.
Uh, if they went after that, which I'm sure they have, they would get rejected like a bad kidney. Like they would get rejected so
Oh,
quick.
bad kid.
I
And
was trying to
so
think of another thing that
viciously
would
too.
like
They
we
get their
we
feelings
will roast
way
you
hurt.
to high hell in front of your face. And I'm sure these girls, once they realize, when they get older and they understand a little bit better, right now they're kids. They're still in high school. They're waking up at 7:30 every morning to catch the bus. They're kids. Um, right now they don't understand, they're misunderstanding, and I think that the reason that these girls are misunderstanding is number one because of the rise of K-pop and the rise of K-hip-hop, and they think they're a part of something and they want to be accepted in, not necessarily into, yeah, I guess partially into the culture, but they want to be accepted by a portion of this culture that has accepted their culture. So in return for you abusing and misappropriating our culture, and they misunderstand that appropriation as appreciation, they allow you into this safe space and then you can abuse them. You're disgusting. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
She killed that, sis. Almost like it's like you wrote the script on that.
Right. I didn't, but you're right. As I type up right next point. Um, all right. So moving forward, uh, I guess the next thing, really, I think we can probably break this down to three things. Right now, we talked about the one of the harder things, which is the young girls, and then we're going to now discuss the prospect of the alleged sexual assaults.
Mm.
Alleged. We're saying alleged. We're not saying anybody did anything. It's all
It's just that
alleged.
there's talk about it, and we're just
Rumor
talking
had
about
it
the talk.
that I don't know if I can say their real names
Where's
or not.
had it?
Nobody listens to this
Still.
podcast. It's fine. But rumor has it that tired, homeless, and Ted, because one of them had a normal name, tired, homeless, and Ted. Rumor
Tired,
has it that
homeless head.
Tired,
there
homeless.
was an alleged sexual assault involving these three. Now, in this, I don't really know how to phrase this question, so just give me a second to kind of get it together. Um,
So,
so we all know about the alleged sexual assault. We all know about it. I'm not saying it happened, but in us knowing about it and it raising our awareness of the issue, do you think anything will be done?
probably not.
No, because
Definitely.
it's in Korea and they are foreigners and also black.
And also, they're black. Right. Also, they're black children. And from life experience, we know people don't really give a fuck about black children.
They sure don't. They sure
Like, oh,
don't.
Right.
that's divisive. Nah, it's not divisive. It's reality. Until you realize that, nothing's gonna fucking change. Karen.
Right.
I was triggered.
Um, I agree. I definitely agree. I also don't. I don't even know why. I feel like I had to ask so that I knew that everyone listening and we all know that we're on the same page here. We number one alleged, and the R word, very strong words, very
Right.
strong words. And no matter what, if it's alleged, that means at least part of it happened. I'm not
Right.
saying who all was involved in it, but I know a young black female was assaulted. Not saying by who, not saying all that went down prior. Oh no, I'm sorry. Two young black females were assaulted.
I was about to say, wasn't there like a they tried to get a Korean girl too?
No, I don't know.
Like I
They
vaguely
were
remember. I
talking
could be
bad
wrong.
about Korean girls.
I mean, they talk bad about black girls. Doesn't mean they don't. If they were
Right.
Well,
offered
no,
a
I'm just
A
saying
rapist
they.
notch,
will rape
they wouldn't
anything.
take it.
Oh, yeah, that's
Right.
true. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. They're just disrespectful to women all the time.
Right. Understand that something happened, and we as women, especially women of color, who have all been through some things, not going to talk about what or say how or all that's been going that has happened, but
Just
understand that
know
we
we
are in
understand.
solidarity and we support you, and we support you. If nothing is done in the situation, which I highly sadly doubt that anything will be done, it breaks my heart to think that something like this could, the word here is could, happen to people, black foreigners in Korea, and that nothing will more than likely be done because of the fact, mostly the fact that they are a black foreigner, which that goes for part of the problem we have in the United States. It also goes for here is that black females are discounted. So
Even by black men. But that's a whole
even by
different
black
conversation.
men, that is a whole different conversation for another day. I think
I
what
will
makes this
off.
particular thing so heartbreaking is that you when you're that young, and this is why you should never meet your idols because they're probably disgusting.
Oh yeah.
Um, or at least in this particular juncture, they're probably disgusting. Not saying they did anything, but disgusting. So
Right. Nasty.
what makes this particularly so heartbreaking is the fact that these girls poured their more than likely they poured a lot of trust and a lot of joy and a lot of time into these men with the intention of probably building something that they thought would be a friendship, they thought would be a relationship, they thought, or they just genuinely thought they were going to make these men happy by doing something with them, or maybe they just didn't know what was going to happen if it happened with these men. Saying it did, they didn't know. There's no way to have known what was going to happen, and what makes it especially heartbreaking is that if they did it, not saying they did, but if they did it, it was premeditated with the intention of bringing these girls that pain. They did it knowing what they were going to do. They did it. They targeted these black girls, these young black girls, and they don't care. It's
They
and
surely do
obviously
not give a.
rape sorry, obviously rapists don't care if they did it, but rapists don't care. But how can you outwardly praise and, oh, black women, black women, black women, and then you go out of your way to groom and target
Literal children.
a black child? How can you do that and praise black women in the same breath? And also, how can you do that and trash
They
rap,
can't rap. That's the problem.
and then can't rap about black women in the same breath?
Mm.
Who the fuck are you? Whose lungs are you using? Trash ass,
Remix.
bitch ass bitch. Anyway, sorry,
See, I
somebody
had
else
another
talk. I'm
statement.
mad.
But say I had. I guess I had another statement to make that I forgot what it was. It's like this mentality that we owe them something. It's like, oh, I'm nice to you, so give me your body. You know, I'm nice to you. So do this. And if you love me so much, you'll do that. And I'm not saying they said that in a group chat, but that is a common tactic. And also, that's what I was gonna say about the racist comments. Like, and they in their denial of the comments, like they were calling people gorillas and shit. And then when called on it, they were like, "No, her because they're racist. We're calling her gorilla because that's a common compliment in South Korea. We didn't know." And they definitely pull that. Oh, it's different for us. We didn't know. Oh, the age of consent in Korea is lower. We didn't know. Like, oh, I didn't realize that this was wrong because I'm Korean. Like they use that I'm foreign mentality to justify the wrong shit that they do as if they're not already mooching off of a different culture. And if you are really invested in that culture, you know about what's right and what's wrong. You're aware at least a little bit. Like I'm not gonna go to Korea and say some disrespectful shit because I've researched the culture and I want to be respectful at any means. So
And
if, but they just don't care to
even
learn.
if calling someone a gorilla is a way to, I think they said it was an insult or whatever, just a
Yeah.
regular, like a non-racist insult, it's still an insult no matter
Right.
what. Like even if it's not about race, it's it's just, it's still an
Disrespectful.
insult. It's
It's
disrespectful,
still
and you
insult.
said it to a
Yeah, no
child.
matter what you call somebody a
Just
monkey,
because
bro.
they didn't give you something that you wanted, just because they didn't comply to your gross ass demand, they're now a monkey or a gorilla, which I don't know, fam. Seems a little sus racist to me, but okay. It just doesn't make
Right.
sense for these grown ass men, whether it's like you said a common insult in Korea or not, it's still a fucking insult, and you're still using it to control young black women into doing shit that you want, and when they don't, you berate them, which is common behavior in abusive relationships. So you are emotionally abusing these young girls into doing what you want, which is
Knowingly
I think is another
so.
way how they control by saying, "Oh, well, do this and do this for me," and they have the other girls like, "Just do it, it's fine." Which now I'm thinking, what if those other? This is a conspiracy theory. Um, you can take it as seriously as you want to. It's like, what if they have fake accounts posing to be black women to convince these black children that it's okay to do these things? But that's just my
The only
conspiracy.
reason I have to poke a hole in that is that from what the text that I read from those men, if I could still find the screenshots, but from the text that I read, they were speaking pretty broken English. And if they managed to pose as black women to speak to other black women, and the girls weren't like, "What school did you go to? Because you don't, this don't sound like England to me. Something wrong here."
I
You
mean,
using
people
Google
can be from
Translate?
other countries. Like people can be from other countries and be a part of that group chat. I'm sure that it's not just American born people. I feel like any black girl from anywhere would vote for them.
That's true, but then also I don't know. There's if it was them as posing as other black, even then though, the Korean standard of broken English is very specific, like
Yeah,
very specific. So I'm kind
Yeah.
of kind
I
of
can't
like,
disagree with you there. Like I said, it was a conspiracy and just a thought. But even with that, like having other like grooming other little girls to convince these young women that it's okay and you can do this, just do it for them. It's not a big deal. They just want to see you. It's not a big deal. Mentality, like
fucking gross.
that's also very nasty and also a form of grooming. Having little girls on your side to convince other to send pictures of their body. I want to know what a child's body offers you. Like what the fuck is up with like what does the prepubescent body of a 13-year-old give you that like that makes you like, oh yes. I've never understood that. Never understood that. Like what are you
Yeah, you.
gaining?
Mm-mm.
That would be on the prospect of a discussion of pedophilia, as like, people are arguing pedophilia is sexuality, XYZ. We're not gonna go there.
We're not doing that. It's not a
we
fucking
we not going
sexuality.
we actually
Nasty.
we probably will never go there in our entire podcast company. Like, we will never go there. It's because that's a touchy subject for some of us.
Because there's not right, and there's not a thing that you can do about it at this point. You can get these people and call them out, but like they're still gonna do this shit low key.
We got distracted as fuck.
We did, and anyway,
let's get back to what you call it, because honestly, cutting all this out is gonna kick my ass. So we just got done. Fuck, what were we talking about? Oh, okay.
We just got done. Fuck.
Okay, no.
I was waiting for the pause too. I was like,
I don't remember. Okay, no.
Prior
so
to the tangent, we were talking about
the prospect of the sexual assaults and the prospects of, I guess, really we just discuss how we feel about it as Black women. Basically, we just talk
they're disgusting and I hate them.
Yeah, they're gross, and I guess really to sum it up, because I don't know where we left off.
I think it was we're talking about the racial slurs and how they try to justify their racial slurs as like, oh, I'm in Korea, so I don't understand. But regardless of whether or not you understand, you're still
but if you said it, that means you knew it was an insult.
Right.
Right.
You're still gaslighting these young women.
Yeah. If you
why
were
are you
able to say
children, first of all, but
right, for not sending you.
There's no way that you don't know that gorilla
is and also if we spin this a different way, if we were in Korea right now, right? We're all in Korea, we're all Korean. You trying to tell me you, a 30-year-old man, are going to come up to a middle schooler and be like, hey, yo, ma, let me get that number. You're telling me that you would go up to a 15-year-old and be like, hey, come to my house, with knowing you have the intention to sleep with her. Anybody knowing that she was 15 would whoop your ass, and you know it. All right.
Exactly.
You can't spin that. Oh, the age of consent is younger. The age of consent is younger. Yeah, the age of consent might be younger. That doesn't change anything. That's still a kid.
Right. Though.
Right, I think the thing is like 3 or 4 years before it's statutory.
Like, it's 3 years.
3 years before it's statutory. 3 whole ass years. Nigga, you are 30. What do you want from a fucking child? You could be her dad.
I mean, technically.
Right?
Technically, that age of consent, but don't spin that. That don't mean shit. That age of consent
that doesn't
just
stop
means
them from being a child.
Right, exactly. That just means that they can say yes to having sex. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's cool for you to have sex with them. You can still force them to do it. It's still not okay for you to have sex with them. How can you, a grown man, you should have a whole job, should have a whole car. You are quote signed to a label. You should be around.
Why are you still
people? Why are you trying to talk to somebody that just got done studying for their exams? Right. Why are you talking to somebody that should be out playing with their friends? What are you doing?
She had to be home for the streetlights come on. She got that major test like when the whole Korea shuts down tomorrow. Why are you talking to her?
Like, the whole Korea shuts down for this test.
Listen,
both North and South, they shut down for the test.
Listen, they don't even fly planes on that day because they're like, hey yo, they taking this major ass test. Can't nobody say shit. Like,
right, everybody be quiet.
You got to tiptoe around your own damn house, even if you're 40 miles away from a. They're like, I heard it.
Right. So, I heard you sneeze. Oh, Jesus. All right.
Finger slipped.
So,
I can do answer.
so that's that's that. Reality number one. If you are smart enough, or I guess ignorant enough to say, oh, it means different in Korea, XYZ. Here's an example. I watched a YouTube video where these Korean people reacted to that Normani video, Motivations, right? And one of the girls said something along the lines of, "Oh, her body is like a horse. She's built like a strong horse, right?"
What?
Now before we get into like, whoa, what
horse?
She was like, she's built like a horse. She's built like she looks
Built like
strong.
a
She's built like a horse.
stallion.
At first, I was like, hey,
Meg
yo,
the
that's really,
Stallion.
I'm
I don't
really
know
Stallion.
why.
genuinely, I was like, genuinely, hey, yo, I'm
Stop.
really genuinely highly offended by this. Like, I'm not built like a horse. We're not horses. Like, what does that mean? But
You said
then
Meg the Stallion. Who?
after asking someone and gaining a better understanding, he was like, no, like she means she's well built, like almost somebody like here saying, oh, you're strong as an ox. So I
That
was like,
makes sense. She's
okay,
built like a horse. I'm gonna start telling
So
people
you built like a horse.
but
Damn, boy,
please
you built like
The
a
understand,
horse's
horse.
thighs, though, they thick.
there is no
I
way
mean,
to spin
right.
a positive connotation of a gorilla.
There's
Now,
not.
you can say a lot about gorillas. I
Yeah.
don't think I can think of a single positive thing to say about gorillas.
They
Maybe it's because I'm
strong.
scared
They
of
eat a lot of.
gorillas.
Yeah, they're strong. They're like
They
kings
they
of the
drag
jungle.
children through
So what you're
water.
telling me is that
Child
Rest in
shouldn't have
peace.
been here.
you're complimenting these minors.
Stop.
Wait a minute. Go back. You drag a child to do what?
Stop. Rest in peace, Harambe. I was
Oh
like, I said
God.
they're strong, they're powerful, they drag children through water. Rest in peace, Harambe. That's what I said. And I am so sorry that
I'm
that's the
cutting that
first
out.
thing
I
that
am
came
cutting
to
that
my
out.
dumb ass. Kiara said the child shouldn't be there in the first place. They shouldn't have. They should not have. Why the
I'm
hell was your
cutting that out.
child
That is
so
not
close to the
okay.
fuck? It's not, but it's the fucking truth. Damn it. Nigga skated on that water like Ice Princess. I just want to know how he moves so fast.
Is that okay? I'm done. Okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have laughed. I shouldn't have laughed, but okay.
I shouldn't be
We're
laughing
breathing
so
in.
hard.
We're breathing
I'm an adult.
in.
I'm a good person.
We're
I'm
breathing
sorry, Jesus.
out. We're breathing in. We're breathing out. We are back on topic. So what you're telling me is that
Ah, it's not that
so
funny.
It's not. My head hurts.
I need you to hold your breath for 10 seconds, please.
Okay.
All right. So what you're telling me is that in spinning the negative connotation of a gorilla, you're telling me that in South Korea, somehow, some way. Now, please note the word gorilla. We all know what the negative connotation is here. And you seem to
Yep.
claim you know so much about Black culture, you're using our culture for your gain. You're trying to
Right.
tell me
Trash ass.
that you're trying to tell me that for a child not doing something you want, you are complimenting her by referring to her as as an ape, as a gorilla. You compliment her because you were upset with her because she did not give you news because she is a minor. So you called her a gorilla as a compliment.
Man,
Now,
I can
what
only
part of
think
that
of
makes
gorillas have.
sense?
I can only think they have like thick ass hair. Like, damn, bitch, your hair thick as fuck. You gorilla. I
There's
don't
no
know.
part. There's no way. No.
Like, of course
What
not. I'm
part
just
of that?
saying. That's
No,
the
no, no,
only
no.
thing
I'm
that
just
I
trying
can
to
think of.
understand. Like, who? I'm trying to figure out what is one good thing you could say about a gorilla
They
right
have
now.
thick ass
They
hair.
big as fuck.
They
They
thick as
strong as
fuck.
hell.
Like bananas.
Let's see, they're
Honestly,
strong. They like
gorillas
bananas.
are not that thick. They're very top heavy, but they have no ass. I'm basically a gorilla. I can say that about myself.
Oh, Donkey Kong had ass.
Donkey Kong.
For laughing at that too.
Yep,
uh,
you are. You should
uh,
not be laughing at my self deprivation.
I
How
know. I'm
dare
trying to do better, but listen, she said it. That's why it was funny. It was. I don't know what makes me laugh so hard. It's just I can see her. But first of all, you're not built like a gorilla, but I can see you with your fists on the ground, like hoisting yourself around your room, and that's just really funny to me.
Honestly, I have short ass
And you're just
arms.
like, ooh,
Would it work?
ooh, ooh. And you eat like a granola bar in one go. Like that's just really funny. You're like, ooh,
I
ooh.
can see the beating on the chest, one arm at a time, just do do. Like,
Shawty got them apple bottom jeans. Boots with the fur.
Why?
Whole club looking at her. She hit the floor. Next thing you know, Shawty got low.
No, 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 no.
We're
Now,
gonna
Now you
use
broke
that for
hair
the ending.
in the
yes,
Roblox with the.
thank you for that. That'll make my life easier. Um,
So
all right.
We'll have
So
to.
to end
Got
this
them
this
apple
particular,
bottom jeans. Boots with the fur. The
with
fur.
the
Okay.
fur.
Shawty got them apple bottom jeans. Jeans. Boots with the fur. With the fur. Shawty got them apple bottom jeans. Jeans. Boots. Shawty got them apple bottom jeans.
There we go.
Jeans. Shawty
I
got
had to
them
get the.
Shawty got
Sorry.
them apple bottom
Okay.
jeans. Jeans.
Sorry.
Boots with the fur.
I had to get the right pitch.
it's cool. So to end this particular area of the discussion,
Yeah.
y'all is trash, right? And
Yo.
you know what's even more trash than you as people? What
Mm.
what makes it all just even like to just tie it up in a nice pretty bow of fuck you? Your music
Right.
is
It's
the most
garbage.
garbage thing. Here, I'll say
Garbage.
it's
Oh,
teregi.
So
It's
bad.
Korean garbage. It's
she
garbage. It's
said
basura. It's disgusting. How do
basura.
you
Basura.
possibly,
Like
how can you
basura.
possibly
If you
abuse my
posted
culture, abuse our little girls, and you're still bad at, how can you be bad at the one thing that you're supposed to be good at doing?
Right? Can
you
we talk about
posted
the
it though,
song?
like you
quick?
posted it with whole confidence, like you posted it with your whole chest and thought that it was good.
Listen, the
Oh.
Who
compliment.
was Screamy
That
Guy?
song. That song had nothing to do with compliments. He said that bitch don't take compliments. Have you complimented her? Did you call her a gorilla? I wouldn't take that compliment either.
I have
Right.
so many
Nigga.
questions. Now I have first question is I don't know between I know you all have names. I don't care what they are. Sleepy, BB, CC, all the Winans.
You just
No,
said
not
it.
them. They're good people.
Tired,
Sleepy,
homeless,
BBCC,
yeah.
and Penny Proud.
Yep.
Do
I
that.
love those. No,
love
I only
Proud
one I
Family.
remember is Sleepy because I know a different Korean rapper named Sleepy who doesn't suck. Um, so
Very nice.
so I'm gonna call this
Extreme
nigga
Sleepy.
Tired. So we got Tired, homeless,
Bobo
and Gregory.
Ted.
And
Gregory.
Got tired.
Sorry,
Bogo.
Gregory's the so
And
we
Bogo.
huh?
Like the. She said tired and Bogo like the shoes.
Yep, yep. So here's the thing. Um, when you this is just we have two and an aspiring writer here, songwriters. We all enjoy a good song. When you write
who's the
music,
inspiring writer?
you are.
Oh,
She didn't know that, but I wanted her to be
Who's the
included.
aspiring writer?
So
Writer, you are O. It's the O that got me.
she what's funny is that I was like, I don't know how to like Kiana doesn't write music, so I'm like, how do I put her in? So she's an aspiring writer.
And the rest of us are
Well, we're
songwriters.
already
I do be fucking up the fan fiction though, so
right.
I
Yeah,
mean,
she's an aspiring writer.
comments on my
So
writing.
we
Chan.
now we have two songwriters here. Thank you, Katal Talk, for messaging me here. Now
Put that
I
on do
don't
not disturb.
Right. What you
look.
doing unprofessional?
It's just they're just telling me about a promo that I can barely read. We'll get there in a second. So as songwriters, lyricists, I know one thing is very important. Your song has to make sense.
It has to be understandable.
It has to be understandable or in some aspects relatable. Number one, the song we listened to, and we had a good old time roasting it, just so you know. I'm sure you care.
Right.
Because we don't. The song we listened to, not only was it just trash from start to finish, what the hell was that song about?
What in the
What were
fresh
you
hell?
talking about? It seemed as though you were confused about what you wanted to say, and then you just said a bunch of stuff that you thought sounded cool.
And you didn't know if you want to do metal or hip hop because homie screamed his heart out.
I want to know which one the
I want to
screaming
know
one
who
is.
hurt him. He was
Super
screaming like he
Saiyan.
got broken up with over text, like that. Like he
after a date. Like he paid for the whole
Yeah,
date.
like that's how he was screaming. So
Work.
I'm trying to figure out what
Homie hit
what
the
was
no,
the scene.
thank you. No, thank you.
Why must you fail me so often?
Rams, Rams. Like that's he's. What is he?
Ow! Who hurt him?
I don't understand.
He was so passionate. His passion is
Too passionate,
unmatched.
honestly.
He went Super Saiyan in the background of the last person who was raps at the end of his bars. You hear, ah!
That shit was funny.
Super
He's over
Saiyan
here jumping
3!
dimensions. Like
Now I just want to know, number one, which one of you is the screaming one? I want to talk to you. Of all of you, you're the only one that I actually want to talk to because
Like
what
person to
happened?
person. Listen, who hurt you?
Can you imagine if he just talks like that? Like that's
Yeah,
just
he-
his voice.
He screams like that constantly.
Yeah, you're like, oh hi, how are you? He's like, oh, you're like, oh god.
Anya!
spit right in your face.
Right,
He's like,
all
ew.
whole
In
ass
his
spittle
ew.
right on
He
your
ate kimchi
nostril.
before he came. Oh god.
He
Oh,
had
come
fermented
on.
soup before he came here.
Oh
No.
no. Only
He
had a
didn't brush
kimchi.
his teeth after.
He doesn't seem well. I don't know who it is. I can't say who doesn't seem like
None
what.
of
It's
they all
based
look
on
a
their
little
actions.
crusty.
They all look a
Based
little
on their
dirty. I'm
actions.
sorry. Like I get it's a style thing, but they all look just a little.
Is that a
dirty.
style thing? Because I'm just gonna say, as a
I
black
don't like how you
person,
say it at the
I
same
was
time.
taught.
Right.
Yeah.
Is that a style thing?
Is that a style thing? Because as a black person, I was taught you better never be dirty. You better never be ashy. You better always have your clothes clean.
Especially
You better
not
have nice
for these
shoes
white
on.
people.
Let's say
Your
they're not
clothes
raised
better
by
be
black
clean.
people. They heard culture and they modeled themselves after Post Malone mixed with I ain't had a bath in a month.
Oof. So Post Malone
Rapper.
and God, what is that kid's name? So just a bunch of not white people, not black people. Now that I think about it, Post Malone ain't black.
Now listen, I like Post Malone. Wow was one of my favorite songs for no fucking reason. I also like Sunflower quite a bit.
Post Malone
But
is also racist.
oh, I take it back.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting.
Damn, I
Okay,
take
but,
it
like,
all back.
I did
Fuck.
not, but I did fuck with WoW though. I did.
Like
And
that song-
Sunflower. But it's because I related to Spider-Man into Spider-Verse, and so that's different.
Yeah, I mean that's different. You find a connection to a song, and I just really like the beat of fucking Wow.
Yeah, WoW has a good beat. But yeah, no. It's
But yeah,
Simone,
never
not
mind. I
Carter.
take it back. Them niggas like a dusty ass Post Malone. And I said what I fucking said. I'm sorry.
Oh no, sorry. I don't know why I started looking at the NFL is gonna start playing the Black National Anthem and white people are mad. Anyway, so
We fucking love to see it. Stay mad,
I love to
Karen.
see it, but can like y'all actually get Breonna Taylor's Killers though? Like y'all are doing all
like,
types
can
of
we do that? Let's
that are
get
not asking for. Like, yeah, that's
Also,
nice and stuff,
by
but
the
like that's
way,
pandering
all
at this
three,
point.
right? All three of our listeners, we need you
Like,
to sign
are we just not gonna act like Elijah McClain didn't die?
for no like being injected by
Literally
fucking
no reason,
horse
had 2 heart
tranquilizers,
attacks.
threw
We're
up,
not
had
gonna
2 heart attacks, and then died at the hospital.
like you can play the Black National Anthem all the time, but like the murderers are still walking around. So like
Yeah,
let's focus
you're
on
not
that.
distracting us. You're not
Let's
distracting
focus
us.
on that. Let's find their killers and then let them go to jail.
And
And
then
no,
we can go
we
play the
know
Black
where her
National
killers are.
Anthem.
They still have a damn job. They go
well,
to
that's
work
true.
every
How about
fucking day.
all right? So let's fire, charge, indict everything, and get them in jail so that they can rot underneath the prison, and then we can talk about whether or not the NFL needs to play the Black
Right,
National.
I'm tired. They're like,
Right.
oh, we're taking down all these
Or if
racist
the
episodes.
streets can be called Black Lives Matter Street, I don't care. Let's get the killers need to
Yeah,
go to jail.
let's
Like,
do that part.
Let's
Get
reform
those.
the police.
right. Let's defund and reform the police, and then we can talk about, Black Lives Matter Street. Like I really don't care.
Right,
Like, we
like
get it. We get
And
what you're
Malcolm X
trying to do
already
here,
taught us
but
about
that
that.
number,
X already said y'all
yeah,
about to
and
do that.
also
So Ooh.
All those streets, regardless of how we view them, they're going to every street, every city has an MLK Boulevard. And you know what happens
So
on
now
MLK Boulevard?
they're popping fucking fireworks out my shit now.
Oh my
Oh God,
gosh.
they moved. They've translated. They moved across town,
They
across
across
state
state
lines.
lines and appeared in my back ass yard. Back ass yard?
But
My backyard.
back ass yard. MLK Street in every city ends up becoming the hood. You know what Black Lives Matter Street's gonna end up being? It's gonna end up becoming the hood. They're going to move the black people to
Right.
Black Lives Matter Street, and then they
Exactly.
are going to over enforce the police so that
Right.
the small things that black people do, whether it be
Right.
selling weed or selling their food stamps, whatever the case may be, whatever black people are doing to try and make a quick dollar so that they can feed their families, is going to be over policed, and then the
Right.
entire neighborhood's going to go to shit. So Black
It's
Lives
gonna
Matter
be the
Street don't
exact thing
matter.
that's been happening. I could really care less than a damn, nor a fuck.
Right.
I
You
couldn't
want
care less. Like I'm not. If I tried to care less, I couldn't because there's not any cares left to fucking give. Arrest our killers. Get Trump out of office. Form the damn police. Stop killing our children. And then talk to me about the NFL shit. I don't even watch football.
I mean, I
right.
enjoy making white racists mad, but
Oh, it's
Right.
great. It's a
That's
what
wonderful
makes
fun.
them
feeling.
even more mad is when they have to suffer the consequences of their sins. So, like, if you could
Wonderful
just do that for me,
feeling.
I really love wearing my Black Lives Matter shirt and bracelets to work, and they have to agree when they come in. Hi, welcome to my job. How are you doing today? You need help finding a size? Sorry, I can't touch you because I gotta stay 6 feet away. Wear your damn mask. Put it over your nose. Make sure you pinch the top so you don't breathe in anybody's air. We don't have to breathe in yours. Have a good
yeah, stop like not wearing your masks because like I'm not gonna talk to you.
like honestly, don't
And
give
also, if
shit
you
that
don't
you have
have
to
it
keep
over
your
your
mask over
nose, what's the
your nose.
point of having the mask?
Right, a woman and a man walked around the store with the mask under their nose, and I had to tell the mask over your nose. Sis had a whole attitude, jerked it up, and still didn't put it over her nose. She put that shit under her nose, and her friend laughed. And I can't do the confrontation. If I say, because I was on my period, I was like, if I say, oh, you can bleep out my manager. If I say any, I will lose my job. Like, that's where I was. And I'm like, can be disrespectful, but I can also be. Don't play with me. I'm not doing it. Like, just wear your mask. I can't breathe. It's a thin mask. What do you mean you can't breathe?
You'll be in here less than 20 minutes. Chill out. Okay,
Like, sir,
workers have to work this 4 to 5 hours. Doctors
like,
have to wear this for 9 hours. Like, chill out. You'll be
like
fine.
some people have to work an whole last 8 hours. We're not complaining about the damn mask. We're standing there helping you, walking around, getting mannequins down, reshopping the whole store, like doing shipment. You can wear a mask while you walk around, pick up a dress. I don't know if I want it. Do you have this in my size? Can I order it, please?
Friends. I understand we're ranting, but please, the editing. All right, so we need the petitions for those two. Okay, I got it. So back on topic, which we can never stay for more than 2 seconds.
Listen, we're
So
passionate people.
that's yep. So as we were discussing, your music is trash. Now, your music does not make sense, at least from the now. This is just me saying this. I only listen to one song, but I can also say I'm a music major. One song was enough. Your
I
shit was
listened
trash.
to 3 songs, and I can tell you, it's not any different.
I
It's
believe you.
exactly what you expect. It's
I
trash.
listened to half a song
All 3.
and I couldn't get through it because what the hell did he say to me? What did you call
Yeah.
me?
Right. What did you just call me, sir? Your songs were trash. And
You
I
sound like
think
the
what
50-year-old SoundCloud rapper.
yeah, that part.
Bad
You
mic.
sound like a 15-year-old. All of you as one entity sound like a 15-year-old SoundCloud rapper.
They sound like whole ass. You know who this is, and we don't know who. SoundCloud rapper. SoundCloud.
You already
SoundCloud.
know who it is. Who is it?
Right. Who
Right.
is
Knock
it?
knock.
Came on my shuffle on SoundCloud. I don't really know.
You came on
I
my
don't know.
SoundCloud radio, and they won't let me skip anymore because I didn't want to pay for the premium.
About to turn
I-
this whole app off, actually. So
Right, I
Right,
might
you
just
just
close
turn
it
it
and
off
restart.
exactly. Just change channels, and then
I
Right.
think not. Not I, said the cat.
no, I
Um,
said the
so right, your music is trash. And
you're trash as a human being.
previously, what?
You're trash as a human being.
And you're
Makes sense.
trash as a human being. Now, previously, we had read the roast that I gave of that song, which I'm not going to read it again because I don't have the stamina for it. But
what? Hello.
Hey?
Uh,
Oh no, she gone. One Nation got her.
they got her.
they, they took her out. They sniped her so fast.
Somebody came in her room with the chlorophyll and grabbed her.
It was then the fireworks
Yeah.
were still there. Her house apparently wasn't. Her house was apparently flammable.
It was the flammable. Oh, my head. Is she still in the chat? Do you still see her name?
Yes.
She can probably hear us.
I can see her little icon like it's moving like as if she's talking.
And she probably can hear us.
Yeah,
And
probably.
that's the best part of that.
Victoria,
Victoria, blink twice.
I think
Make
she's
her-
actively talking to us.
Victoria, blink your mic twice if you can hear us. Oh no, she can't hear us.
Oh no, she got her AirPods in.
She got her AirPods and she can't hear you. Oh no! Look out for the train. Did you see the video in the group chat I sent where the train hit a cow?
What?
It's not
What?
there's no blood or gore, but a train was coming towards a cow. The cow was on the tracks, and it looked back at the train, and all here is and lots of Spanish.
Back.
hello?
Hello.
What
Did
the
you
hell
hear
happened? No.
Oh dang. Oh, that's good.
Well, that's good.
How far
Oh.
back was this cow?
Huh?
The cow that got hit by the train that I sent you a while ago.
Whoa, wait a minute. Go back. I missed something.
You missed a lot. I told Kiana about the cow that got hit by a train, and all you heard was "doom." And I
Oh,
didn't
nigga, was
know how
I
to
just
cope with
talking
it.
and no one could hear me?
No, we were over here laughing because
We were clapping. We're like, they got her. They came in the room with chlorophyll and they took her.
That makes me so sad because I had said so much. I'm like, I
I'm
know if you
sure
couldn't hear me, that means Craig couldn't hear it.
you probably said
Oh.
some dope shit and couldn't even hear it.
What is the last thing you heard me say?
You're like, well, you suck, and that. Hey, that's it. That's
Oh
what
my
we-
god! All right,
I was like,
all right,
and two.
all
See
right.
this
I had to
cow
make
get
sure
hit
it
by a
wasn't
train.
me. Yeah, then we got to the cow getting hit by
Is
the
it a
train.
big cow? Is it brown cow? What
It
was
was
it?
a big
It was a brown
cow,
cow. It
and
was
it
a
was
pretty
so
big.
cute, and it was like, dude, like that's all you heard, and I didn't know how to cope
It's
with it,
pretty
so
funny.
I had to laugh. I was like, oh
It
no.
was pretty funny.
It's
He was
like
I
the
ground
whole time.
we
beef.
might have to send it again because this one does not look funny.
It's not. It's
It's not funny. It's literally just a
It's
cow getting hit by a train.
like I didn't know how to cope with it, so I laughed because that's
You're
how I
gonna have to
cope with
send it again.
trauma.
I could not find the right one because apparently cows get hit by trains.
A
Period.
lot? Oh my
Yeah.
no. All right, well I'll find it in the group chat and I will resend the cow link.
All right.
The whole
Well,
time I
while
watched
she
the
does
video,
that,
the whole time I watched the video, I was really hoping the cow would move and it didn't. And I was like, oh, even after watching it the third
Didn't die?
time, it got hit by a train, Kiana.
Well, I mean, that don't mean much. Deer get hit by cars and they still walk it off. So
It was a train.
So
It
it
no,
did go underneath the train, and it
Kiana.
might live.
There was a thump.
I'm pretty sure
And
it's dead, Kiana. It's
it
dead.
was demolished. That
I can't
It's
tell
dead.
because I'm thinking the way I'm
It's
thinking
dead.
the video is going, right?
it's God. It's
The way
God.
I'm thinking the
God,
video is
Kiana, it's
going, that
dead.
Cow is
it's a
It's
God.
camera
dead.
that's
Listen, I
I
seeing
know you don't
understand
want to
you're
say
the
trying to.
goodbye.
train
You don't
from
want.
I
the
know
in.
you don't want to
No,
say
just
goodbye.
You
listen,
don't want to say
listen,
goodbye. I know it's hard. I
listen,
know it's hard, but
listen,
Kiana, you have to let go. You
listen.
have to decide in your heart that it's okay because the cow was in a better place.
Just listen, though. I'm thinking because I haven't seen the video. I'm thinking that it's like a camera from the outside, and there's a giant cow on the tracks, and then when it hit the train, hits the cow, it goes flipping into the air like a frisbee.
No,
So that's how I see it getting hit.
No,
let me
no,
finish
that's
this
not what
bracelet
happened.
and I'll send you the link. But we have to end the podcast soon.
Okay, okay,
Okay,
So
okay.
let's
okay, back to the what you call it, the ending prospects of their music. I don't remember everything that I said, and I really didn't want to reread the roast, but I'm gonna reread the roast because I don't want to say everything I said again because I don't remember it. Um,
so sorry.
now I'm really upset because I'd made a lot of like I'd made a lot of good points and it makes me really sad. I made a lot of like good musical points and it makes me really
I'm
sad.
telling you, it cut off as soon as you went into it.
Right, you said
That makes me so sad
it was
because I
so
knew I
sorry.
was right. I know it was crazy that I knew I was right, and it just
They didn't want
hurts.
you. On Nation hacked into our chat and they didn't want you to know.
They don't
They
want me
was
to
like,
tear them
nah.
apart musically. Cause I'm over here
Yeah, they
like,
were like,
bro,
we
I
can't
could
do this.
say some stuff. All right, I've read a book. Um,
Right, a whole damn book, not half
so
of
I'm
one,
just going to
one and a
reread
half
the
book.
roast of One Nation that I had sent to Kiana upon the receiving the information about them. Um, and then we'll each go and talk about their music, or y'all two can go talk about their music, and then we'll give our final thoughts. All right. So
Right.
the roast is
What
as
is there else to
follows,
say though?
huh?
I can say a couple
Else
things.
is there?
Just
Okay,
to
okay,
close it, just to
okay,
close
okay.
your thoughts. All right. So this is trash, like trash with three H's. Like, what the fuck are they doing? Who is this for? Why are they popular enough for black girls to want to be friends with them? I don't know what it is. Is it the fact that the music is actually trash? It is. Is it the fact that I know damn well anyone could do better? We could literally do better. Is it the fact that just upset about their disgusting behavior, or perhaps it's the fact that my degree is in analyzing music? It is. But no matter what it is, they got to catch this roast. Outside of them being genuinely disgusting and having a whole group chat specifically for children, I don't give a fuck if there's the word teen behind them. That's that number. Those are babies. Those are kids, people. Their music is just straight garbage. I only needed to listen to one song to know that all of it is garbage. This shit sounds like Stevie Wonder's deaf cousin. Actually, says cursing, but deaf cousin Greg produced it. Their bars aren't fucking bars. They're sticks. The delivery was might as well be from FedEx because it was never. It never. Fuck. It never arrived. One of these bitches is just
That
screaming. He screamed for a whole 16 bars. Who the fuck are you? You must be mystical. On top of that, what the fuck is the hook? I couldn't tell. Oh, by the way, this is about the song Compliments, the song we've been roasting this whole time. That's what the song's about. I couldn't tell what the hook was from the verse until the screaming bitch came in. These bitches could have had the nerve. They had the nerve to abuse a culture, attempt to use it, and not even be good at it. I'd rather listen to Michelle Bugogi.
Michelle.
met
I'd rather
Danielle.
listen to.
Yeah, she meant
I met Danielle Bugogi, whatever her name is, but I'd rather listen to Michelle Bugogi.
Michelle.
I'd
I'm
rather
mad that
listen
we both didn't catch it.
to.
Listen, I caught it. I was like, Danielle.
But
Michelle
at the
Bulgogi.
time, I genuinely thought her name was Michelle.
Me too.
Um, these bitches have the nerve to attempt to use our culture and not be good at it. I'd rather listen to Michelle Bulgogi. And these bitches got the nerve to be on our little girls like that. These little bitches fetishize and dehumanize little black girls because they think it's normal. Are you just dumb, stupid, or I'm not gonna say the rest because we gonna get in trouble, or I'm gonna get in trouble. Yeah, the
You
end
don't
of
want
that, just to summarize it, your music is trash, and just
your
musically
trash.
speaking, you're trash, and musically speaking, you're actual like garbage. In fact, as I don't know if it's just a black thing, but when you hear a beat and automatically you just start moving. I think it's just if you like music, you just kind of start moving. Upon just hearing the first couple seconds of your beat, I immediately remember being in my computer engineering classes as I was in middle school and being like, "Oh, you have a couple extra minutes you can play on the keyboard." That's what your beat sounds like. Your verse sounds like you wrote it out during lunch period,
Right,
which
you wrote that
obviously
in a
you
whole
must have a
computer
thing.
class.
Right, obviously you must have a thing for lunch period and computer class because you keep fucking with little girls, so you must like school. Um,
Nice.
Mm, damn.
so you
Bars.
Right,
you
whole ass bars.
so yeah, no, your verse, that's what it sounds like. And it also sounds like you're very misinformed about who wants you. Because you're talking about, oh, she can't get on his dick. I don't remember that bitch. Bitch, she don't remember you. That's why she can't get on your dick. She doesn't know who you are. She doesn't want to get on your dick. Oh, bitch ass bitch.
Right,
Anyway, somebody else go.
right, and you gonna disrespect the hell out of these little girls. They won't do shit for that you don't deserve it if they owe you shit, and then the first thing you do is insult them. That is whole ass gaslighting behavior. That is hella abusive, and you should be absolutely ashamed of yourself, even though I know you're fucking not. One of you is a 30-year-old ass man. Like, calm your shit, nigga. Calm your whole shit. Like, there are other grown ass women who probably won't do things for you, but like, I'm sure you can find somebody who would if you pay them enough, because that's something that you can do. But you don't have to be. You don't have to go after these. You don't have to be manipulative. I honestly, God, think it's a thing that some people do this because they feel powerful and like they dominate over a certain group of people, which is absolutely sick and totally disgusting. But it's a thing that people do. And I don't know if you notice, but I'm extremely pissed off the more I think about it. Because I'm like, if I had a daughter, if somebody prayed after my daughter like that, like, oh yeah, you little girl, I would hunt them. I would get a flight. I would catch a whole ass flight today so they can catch these whole ass hands. I'm not doing that. We not doing that. Cause I swear to God, man, I'd protect my child with all my heart and any other little, honestly, with all of my heart because nobody else is gonna do it. So I sign up. I volunteer to protect black girls
Volunteers
who aren't
tribute.
right to protect the little black girls protected right now. But yeah, I'm done. My rant is over.
Yeah, y'all took the words right out of my mouth. I'm not about to repeat myself.
Oh,
I'm glad we're on the same
I'm
page.
glad. So to end it all, One Nation, you're trash. And also, like, I really genuinely hope you go to jail. I hope you end up being somebody's prison bitch. I'm so serious. I would
Yeah,
never
like
wish something that terrible on somebody because that's the trauma you don't come back from, but you've also provided trauma for these black girls. Whether and even if they weren't black, you provided trauma for underage girls that they could have gone and should have gone their entire lives without. And on top of all that, you abused and misappropriated our culture and you spun it and you put number one, you make us look bad as black people. You make us and hip hop and what it means or what it should mean. You make all of that look bad. And you are you have a platform. You're supposed to be a representative of a culture. How how can you be a representative of a culture and abuse one of the staples of the culture, i.e., the black woman or the black female? They're girls once again. How can you be representative of a culture and misappropriate? Nick, what do you want? Sorry.
That's one thing she texted you. Should
it's
you
right there,
Oh
like
God,
yes,
he's gonna keep texting me.
we heard you,
Uh,
we hear you.
he literally is like, "What song did you like?" And I'm like, he must know I'm talking about music. Okay, sorry, but how can you misappropriate this aspect of our culture and actually be bad at it? And then on top of all that, you're not the best looking men in the world, which I mean, I'm not coming for your looks as far as like why you're after children. I'm just saying, like, you're not the best looking men in the world, and I want you to know, if these girls had some sense, because they're girls and they don't have any sense, they're children, they don't have any sense. If they had some sense, they wouldn't look at you twice. Number one, you're barely signed to a label in quotations. Um,
I was gonna say they're signed to a label.
in quotations. Uh,
Mm.
that's like being signed to yourself. Like, oh, I'm also a
Uh,
rapper, guys. I'm a SoundCloud rapper. You're
I'm signed
barely
to my own
signed to a
label.
label. Right. I'm signed to my own label. I put out my own music. I'm my own producer. Obviously. That's why your shit sounds like do 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 do. Anyway, so
It sounds like hunger.
uh
Ah!
you you you're barely signed to a label. You're not the best looking men in the world, which is why you have to go after these young girls, because they think you have something. They think, not saying that these girls are gold diggers, but they think that, you in abusing our culture, appropriation, you using our culture, being a part of it, they think that you have something and they want it, so they go after it because they believe that you are accepting them into something better. Here's the problem: these girls don't have no sense. I'm a grown ass woman. Ain't that grown, but I'm a grown ass woman. We'll discuss what that means in another episode. But I've seen shit. I know very well, if anybody was going to purposefully give you their time, if anybody was going to purposefully pour themselves into you, they do it with the intention of building something. But that trust, that friendship, that relationship, they do it with those intentions. You are disgusting ass people to take the intentions of these young women, young girls, and spin them around for your own good. How Yeah, I really genuinely hope that you end up being somebody's prison bitch. I really hope somebody bends you over and has their way with you. Because who the fuck do you think you are? Like, actually, who the fuck anyway, you
Like
garbage
I
and fuck
I
you.
hate that. Right. I hate that my go-to insult or threat is like, I hope you fall down the stairs and break all your fucking teeth. I hope your meal is either too cold or too hot. I hope your noodles are soggy, or either soggy or too hard. I hope your bitch ass. I hope you suffer and not in the way that you think. I hope you have really minor inconveniences so long it drives you insane. Most like I hope you
Bitch,
get a pebble in your damn shoe and no matter how many times you take it out, another one enters. I hope you
bitch,
step on all your shoelaces and trip.
bitch.
I hope you spill coffee on your pants, bitch, and everybody
Bitch.
thinks you peed. And I'm
we
done
are.
saying, pal, suck it, like you gonna do in prison.
That's on period.
That's on
On
period.
period.
So, Kiana, you wanna say something?
Um, it's just, I like, it's just so disgusting. Like, I mean, you've already said it. I can't just reiterate how absolutely disgusting you have to be to act like this to children. But I just like, fam, I hope all your nails get ripped off. Like that, I just need
Mm.
die.
See, I
I
actually
need you
cringed
to
a little bit because
suffer.
I
Me
lost an
too.
acrylic earlier. Like, this shit hurt.
Right. I've
I
pulled off
need you
acrylic
to
nails and
die. Like
bled.
I
Like
need you to, let me not say die. I just need you to suffer and I need you to go to jail.
I need you to become some. I want you to go. No, I want you to go to American prison. I want someone to bring
Yeah.
you over here and put you in like a Rikers or something. And I want you, I want Tyrone to tear that ass up.
get the
Tear
homie
that ass
Tyrone.
up, Tyrone.
Since you love black women so much, I'm sure you'll love white men too.
Right. You're so into, black culture. I'm sure you'll be into this anyway. So, uh,
I have to
this has
cut
been
out the part where I told him to die.
Yeah, please cut out all the prison bitch stuff. That wasn't nice.
I think
I mean,
you
it's
said
true.
so
They
many
just a
times
little upset.
you might have to bleep it out. Like if Bright edits this line,
I hope you
just
become a bee.
right. I hope you beep and you beep 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 beep. I hope you beep and rip
Yep,
your
all
nails
of
off.
that.
What?
And I hope your mom watch too. What?
What? Because she ain't raised you right. Ah.
Right. All
Can you
that
make that
said,
sound?
genuinely, we are just disgusted. And as a whole,
Appalled.
as Sick TV and Sick TV and kind of wokish, we are pro black, pro female, pro get your shit together and do right for you. We you, you some bitches. Like
Some whole
genuinely.
ass bitches. Like, who the fuck preys on children? Like, y'all going to, if you believe in God or if you don't, you going to hell. And you going to whatever hell you believe in. Like,
You
fuck
go
you.
to super hell, bro. You go to the 12th
Super
level
hell.
of hell. You go
The
to
12.
hell.
You go to the hell that people, no matter what you believe, go to. When they do some really fucked up shit, you going to see Hitler in that bitch.
Right. Well, this has been kind of wokish. I don't even know how to end it. Like there was no way to end it. We just keep getting mad over and over again. So this has been
I
kind
mean,
of wokish.
you have every right to this shit.
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to restart the anger. We need to kind of let it simmer. All right. I'm hungry and I'm thirsty, so we need to go so I can go get some food and get something to drink.
I'm hungry and thirsty for blood. Sorry. Cut that out.
I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. I'm hungry and thirsty. Okay. Cody Kids Next Door, if you remember it.
Yeah.
So,
I love
yeah, no. All that being said, this has been kind of wokish. We are very sorry to anybody involved in this situation, except for the three.
bitches.
No, there is the three phlegms. Uh,
The three
we are very
stroke
sorry to
backup.
anybody involved in the situation. Number one, you might have been uncomfortable just being involved in the first place, or you might be uncomfortable with the way things are turning out. We are very sorry to you, and we hope that things work out.
We're on
Now
your side.
yeah, we're on your side. We are fighting for you, our young black sisters, our young black queens, our young black nieces. So, Kiana, I believe you have the song of the night.
Yeah, of course. All right.
Bottom jeans, boots with the fur, the whole club looking at her. She hit the floor, next thing you know, Shawty got low.
Lo. That's my favorite part. Bars.
I mean,
There you go.
I mean the drama of it all. We love it. Bye.
Baggy sweat pants.
Night. Good night. Good
Good
night.
But if you listen to
night.
this whole thing, you a real one. If you listen to this whole thing, follow me on. Never mind.